Good afternoon, ladies and gents, or whatever time zone that you're in, and welcome to Chaps Chat E3.
Chaps.
That was really good. I was trying to think of a title and it just...
That just rolled off the tongue.
Chats with Game Chaps.
So yeah,
That's us.
we're going to do a quick little roundup of our E3 impressions, moving through the various different developers and studios.
The various moods.
Though I imagine because it's us, it will not be a quick little roundup. Even the video will be an hour.
Well, it's got to be because I'm up stupidly early this morning, so we'll keep it short, concise, to the point.
Right.
Yeah, let's start with EA.
I have one thing written down from EA
company.
Of how much the only thing that I thought that I would like to play from EA was fair.
Fee.
I think it's Fee.
Fee, because that guy that presented it was just so adorably nerdy and Swedish.
Yeah, he was the annual replacement for the guy who introduced Unravel.
Yes.
And they just have a warehouse full of these guys, just nervously enthusiastic dudes, which is great. Yeah, that game looks really interesting, and very nice.
I liked. Sorry, you go.
Oh yeah, we should do the hands thing. I forgot about that.
That's fine. That's fine. For learning.
This was just going to be a general point, but Kick started off by this about the fact there's some very interesting indie titles come out of this E3. Although we don't know a lot about many of them, I think there's some very, very good potential, and I look forward to seeing more gameplays and whatnot trailers to explore said worlds.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get onto those as we breach each one. But yeah, Fee in particular seemed refreshing.
I
Something
think
quite different,
especially compared with what the rest of EA's conference was with. Hey, you like football? Look, it's Jonathan Footballson over. Oh, hello, Mr.
and Michael Madden,
Mr. Marinara. Come here and shake my hand.
FIFA.
Look at how good he looks on stage.
Aside from the football things, the sport times, there was. I'm not liking this new trend in the last couple of years that EA have got onto doing videos of people talking about how they're making a game without telling you anything about the game, really, or showing you anything. Like Mass Effect is something that I'm getting gradually more excited about. But really, there was just like one or two very quick shots in there. Hey, look at us, we're making Mass Effect trailer.
Here's what the design.
And it's really just the whole thing of like, hey, we're making it in the Frostbite engine, and so that looks nice. But there's nothing else. So if you haven't got anything,
it was a bit superfluous. It's like it's not adding to how the game's going to play.
Yeah.
You're not getting a sense of story. It's just, this is the world. It's like, well, we kind of already know the world.
And all of their Star Wars things were exactly the same. They did the big Star Wars wrap-up of, look, we're making Star Wars.
They showed way more Star Wars in the Sony thing than they did in that. I know that's jumping ahead, but they had about 30 seconds of gameplay footage at Sony, and they seem to have less than that at E3, where they were talking about, no, look, we're doing all of the Star Wars. Isn't this great? Look at this man. He's got a really nice tablet, and he looks at R2-D2 every day and goes, I love you, R2-D2. I'm going to make this Star Wars game the best Star Wars game ever. We're trying really hard. We're not going to take your money much.
Forgive me for muddling them up, but Titanfall 2, Star Wars Battlefield 1, this generic brand of shooters. Admittedly, Battlefield 1 now set in the past, but and we'll come on to this later with a bit of Call of Duty and some other ones. They just all look the same.
They are all looking very
None
samey.
of them are interesting to me.
I am tentatively interested in Titanfall 2 because although I really fell off first-person shooters quite a lot in the last few years, I really like some free-running stuff, and according to many people who I've spoken to who enjoyed Titanfall, it seems like having a single-player thing in that game, some actual like story stuff, so a real like campaign for you to master the skills that you then take on to the multiplayer stuff, that could be a really great thing, and that's interesting. I don't know if I was sold on it by that trailer, but it seems like there's some cool mechanics and fun stuff to play around with.
I was interested.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by Battlefield 1. I was intrigued before any of the stuff they showed. It didn't pique my interest further, but there's something like I'm big. Well, I'm very not into first-person shooters at the moment, and
Yeah,
it's at least said something fresh to me. Like it wasn't. It's going. Hey, I remember like seeing adverts for Call of Duty 2 with the Aloha also means goodbye back on the PlayStation 1 and going, that's what a war game is about. Whereas war games have just suddenly become this like ultra gritty wank simulator.
that actually sounds pretty nice.
Oh no, you don't want grit all over it.
Have sex with a really like 2 out of 10 prostitute in the back alleys of Amsterdam, which you're not going to enjoy, but it only costs you $5, but you'll get VD from it.
It sounds like having sex with a gore on a gritty wank simulator.
Ew. Yeah, I agree with those things. Mildly intrigued by single player Titanfall 2, but it's not won me over in any sense.
It still has a lot of
Keeping an eye on Battlefield 1, and the rests feed just as the standout indie title, because it just was not sports or sci-fi shooting. Pretty meh overall from EA. Just not interested.
Expecting
the
anything.
first one to kick off.
The literal like seconds of animation from Mass Effect made me thought, hey, if there's more of an emphasis on Mass Effect, more of an emphasis on animation in Mass Effect, that could make a big difference to that game. Because if you played a BioWare game, you kind of know like patterns of behavior to expect from the characters, and having more of that kind of variety could make a big impact.
True.
So that would be the best thing for me, but that's pretty small. But, so yeah, meh.
That's all I have to say about EA.
It's fine, but it's not really for us, really. Anyway, is it? It's all there's a lot of sport and shooting,